For more than 1,000 years, Rome was the most powerful force on Earth. It started as a small settlement on the banks of the Tiber River and grew into a civilization that controlled continents, shaped modern law, built engineering wonders, and commanded the greatest military the ancient world had ever seen. But how did Rome rise from a tiny village to the center of the world? This is the story of how Rome became the most powerful empire on Earth. Our journey begins long before emperors, gladiators, or marble palaces. Before Rome was an empire, it was barely a city. In fact, in the beginning, Rome didn't look like the mighty nation we imagine today. It was a cluster of huts surrounded by forests, swamps, and hostile tribes. But the Romans had something that no other civilization possessed quite the same way: an attitude, a relentless belief that they were destined to grow, to conquer, and to rule. And everything about their culture reflected that ambition. Rome's rise starts with one of its greatest strengths: its location. Rome sat on 7 hills close enough to the sea to trade, but far enough inland to avoid constant pirate attacks. It sat at the crossroads of Italy, a perfect position to expand in every direction. Rivers brought commerce, hills provide protection, and fertile land fed a growing population. Nature gave Rome a gift. Rome decided to use it. But what turned Rome from a village into a powerhouse was something deeper: the Roman identity. Romans believed in duty, loyalty, discipline, and sacrifice. A Roman citizen was expected to put the state above everything else, sometimes even above their own life. That mindset created a society unlike any other in the ancient world. Next came one of Rome's most important inventions: the Roman Republic. Around 509 BC, Rome overthrew its last king and established a system where power was shared: consuls, senators, assemblies. No single man was allowed to dominate the state. This system wasn't the perfect, far from it, but it gave Rome a stable and flexible political structure that could survive war, crisis, and rapid expansion. While other nations rose and fell with the lives of their kings, Rome built a political machine that could outlive any single leader. That was Rome's secret weapon: durability. Now, let's talk about the thing that truly made Rome unstoppable: the Roman army. Roman soldiers were not born, they were made. Every legionary trained relentlessly. They marched for miles carrying heavy equipment, learned precise formations, mastered siege tactics, and lived under strict discipline. Cowardice was punished. Success was rewarded. The army became a ladder of opportunity for thousands of men. But Rome's real brilliance wasn't just in how they fought, it was in how they adapted. If Rome lost a battle, they studied the enemy, learned their tactics, improved their weapons, and came back stronger. When they met Greek phalanxes, they developed flexible formations. When they fought Carthaginian elephants, they created counter strategies. When they needed ships to challenge Carthage, they built an entire navy in just 60 days. Rome didn't fear defeat. Rome used defeat as fuel. And with each victory, Rome gained something priceless: land and people. They didn't just conquer, they absorbed. Rome had a unique gift: the ability to turn enemies into Romans. Many conquered people were given rights, citizenship, or the chance to earn it. Instead of ruling with pure oppression, Rome offered a deal: join us and you share our power. It worked. The empire grew with every alliance. Of course, not everyone accepted Rome's invitation. Some enemies challenged Rome with everything they had. None were more dangerous than Carthage, Rome's greatest rival, and home to the legendary general Hannibal. Hannibal crossed the Alps with elephants and nearly destroyed Rome. He defeated Roman armies again and again. But Rome refused to surrender. They rebuilt their armies, adapted their strategies, and took the fight directly to Carthage itself. In the end, Rome won and Carthage was destroyed. The Mediterranean now belonged to Rome. With Carthage gone, Rome became the dominant power in the ancient world. But Rome wasn't done yet. They wanted more: Greece, Spain, North Africa, Gaul, the Middle East. Every conquered region brought new wealth: marble, gold, spices, grain, slaves, and territory. And wealth brought something else: ambition. Inside Rome, powerful generals began fighting not foreign enemies, but each other. That internal chaos set the stage for one of the most dramatic periods in Roman history: the rise of men like Marius, Sulla, Pompey, Crassus, and of course, Julius Caesar. Caesar understood something crucial. The empire needed a single strong leader. He conquered Gaul, marched his legions on Rome, defeated his rivals, and became dictator for life. Many believed he would turn the republic into a monarchy. But the Senate feared him, and in 44 BC, they assassinated him. Instead of saving the republic, they ignited a civil war that would destroy it forever. Out of the chaos came Caesar's adopted son, Octavian, later known as Augustus. He defeated all his rivals and declared a new era, the Roman Empire. Under Augustus, Rome entered its golden age. Roads connected cities across continents. Trade flourished. Art, literature, and architecture exploded. The economy grew stronger than ever. The legions secured Rome's borders and crushed rebellions. The Romans built aqueducts that brought water to millions, amphitheaters that hosted massive events, and temples that still stand today. Their engineering was so advanced that many of their roads, bridges, and buildings outlasted their empire by thousands of years. Rome became the beating heart of the Western world, the center of power, law, culture, and military strength. But what truly made Rome the most powerful empire on earth was not a single emperor, battle, invention, or victory. It was the combination of all these things: a perfect location, a hard, disciplined culture, a flexible political system, a brilliant military, a willingness to adapt, a strategy of absorbing conquered people, and a relentless ambition to grow, no matter the cost. Rome did not rise by accident. Rome rose because it believed deeply that it was destined to rule. For centuries, that belief shaped the ancient world. And even long after the empire fell, Rome's legacy lives on, in modern laws, in architecture, in language, in government, and in the idea that a civilization can rise from almost nothing and reshape the world. That is how Rome became the most powerful empire on earth.